Chapter 1. 10 Amazing Historical Facts About Dogs. In this chapter, we shall explore amazing historical facts about dogs which I'll bet you've never heard. We shall look at facts ranging from a dog's evolution theory, facts about the domestication of dogs, and other historical facts about dogs dating back to over 1,000 years ago. 1. The dog evolution theory has it that dogs looked like weasels and lived on trees. In fact, it's possible to trace the species, i.e., the look-alike weasel dog species, to over 40 million years back. This species later evolved into a Tamarctus, which finally evolved to become a Canis. During the final evolution, some of the Canis took the form of a jackal and wolf, while some evolved into the domestic dog we now know and love. 2. The oldest dog bone was excavated somewhere in Asia. The bone is said to have dated as far back as 10,000 years and was identified as a greyhound dog, which back then was purely a hunting dog. Therefore, the assumption is that the greyhound is the oldest dog species to undergo domestication. In the early days of its domestication, the greyhound was an agile hunter, still is, which won it favor. 3. Do you remember Titanic, the ship that on its maiden voyage hit an iceberg and sank? Folklore has it that the ship sank. Rescuers rescued 3 dogs from the wreck. The incredible thing is that all 3 dogs were traveling with their various owners in first-class cabins. Surprisingly, while the owners perished due to the freezing cold water, all 3 dogs survived. 4. The term raining cats and dogs was coined in the 17th century. During that period, whenever there was heavy rainfall, stray dogs washed up into the streets. In most cases, they would be dead before the owners discovered them. 5. In ancient Egypt, dogs were revered and given the same recognition as a human. Thus, when a dog died, the dog owner and his or her loved ones had to declare a few days of mourning. During those days, the family smeared mud on their hair and shaved off their eyebrows to symbolize their sadness at the passing. 6. Did you know that the American Kennel Club, the most popular dog club in the world, was founded in 1884? Did you also know that dogs have chapels? They do. The first dog chapel was built in 2001. The building of the chapel received funding from Stephen Hunick in St. Johnsbury. Stephen is a children's book author who says he was inspired to build a chapel for dogs after his 5 dogs helped him recover from an illness. 7. Historians are of the view that cats have been man's companions for a mere 7,000 years, while dogs' habitation with man dates back 14,000 years, meaning the friendship between man and dog is older than the one between man and cats. 8. The Bible, one of the oldest books in the world, makes mention of dogs 37 times. In these mentions, dogs portray filth or uncleanliness, or are used as a synonym for adulterous and unclean people who do not believe in God. 9. The oldest dog died at the age of 29 years and 5 months old. The dog's name was Bluey. Bluey was an Australian cattle dog. If we used his years and calculated them in human years, Bluey would have been 160 years old. 10. The popular dog breed called Chihuahua is named after a state in Mexico where the species was first discovered.